right, and welcome to MG number 244. This is the 2023 Village by the Sea premiere broadcast. I've got the original members of Masculine Geek with me, and we are coming to you from the past. We're actually recording on Tuesday, September 12th. So we can have this one in the can, and we do not have to do a live broad stream.
Broads. That's all you got.
Live broads that we've done in the past because I don't give a shit. So this is recorded. The chat will be live. If you do send a super chat, we'll give you a shout out. If you give us some notice, we'll make sure that happens. Anyway, in the meantime, welcome TJ and Rob. How are you doing?
The original Masculine
Geekers. Yeah, the original, exactly. TJ drops in from time to time. He bailed on D&D because he's training a dog.
Yeah.
So
potty training a dog.
Actually, that's one of the few things I've not had to train her on. She just, I was amazed. I had her out with me all day Saturday, and she held it together until 9 o'clock at night. And as soon as we got home, she, did her.
What I seem to recall a shitting in the car incident, though.
I think that was a uncontrollable incident, and that's why she doesn't sit in front of the vehicle, or she doesn't sit in the front anymore. She sits in the back.
So she was up front with you, and she shat herself, basically.
It was the most disgusting. I'm going 80 miles per hour on I-90, and I'm like trying to get out of the left lane and get into an exit, and it's 5 miles to the nearest gas station and then she of course sits in it. And she's just awesome. Yeah, it was but that's like a one-time incident. She's anything like that. It's like a kid, there's gonna be that time at 12 o'clock in the morning that they're gonna be puking their guts out, and there's nothing you can do. There's nothing. It's not like it's their fault. You don't yell at them. No, I was yelling.
Yes, you do. You yell at them. Yell at the women. You yell at everybody.
Yell at everybody, and you roll over and you go back to bed.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
You cannot tolerate fucking bad behavior. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Rob and I do not want children.
Right.
We don't even have to be in that position to begin with.
Right.
Yeah.
You're dealing with puking children at midnight. Vincent.
Exactly. Pass the fuck out. Not in the same bed.
Maybe.
Well,
no, she's one of the consistent things people tell me is that she's one of the most well-behaved dogs I've ever seen. So
okay. Well, that's good.
I think there's two things I think are going on. One of them is that's her breed. They're very well-behaved dogs, but also they kind of take after their owner's energy, and I'm a pretty calm guy. And, if you're a really anxious, angry person, they're going to be anxious and angry. And if you're, whatever, so I think that's part of it. So I have to be kind of conscious about how I remember the dog trainer was telling me about how you have to convey excitement if you want them to do something. So that's actually, I've been doing that because she hated getting in the car, but then it's hard to do this in front of people because it looks weird, but you have to be like over the top, excited and energetic. Like you have to kind of act like a 5-year-old going to Disneyland to get them riled up. And then they want to
go. Oh, you mean there's like almost semi baby talk?
That, and also,
the excitement in your voice.
I'm not going to say it on the live stream, but I was talking to a guy who does work with police dogs. Like he has a dog, and it's very specialized training, but it's very professional. Like these are top tier dogs. But the way that they train them, if you saw how they train them, he said it's hard. It would be impossible to take them seriously because they have to be very, a lot of baby talk, but also they act kind of the trainers have to be very almost motherly towards the dogs because that's the only way that they do not, as puppies, they don't respond to discipline, and they don't respond to well,
that makes sense. Yeah,
that comes later. But when they're puppies, the only thing that they respond to is positive reinforcement. So it requires you to act a little, especially with dogs that are strong-willed. Willow is a half border collie. They're very strong-willed dogs. So if you aren't a combination of over the top, excited, and like assertive, which it just comes off weird. So
that's a weird juxtaposition.
It is. So training, I got to make sure people aren't around because they're gonna be like, "What's going on there?" It's just a.
You
It's
mean
kind of
basically you're going to look like a retard?
yeah, something like that. I mean, that's
Okay.
what my police officer friend told me. He goes, "You're gonna look weird." So if you've got people who don't understand it or are just come to conclusions easily, don't be around them when you train your dog. They're not gonna understand it. Kind of like not even related, but a mortician or somebody who works in a mortuary, where or people who work in first responders, they have a dark sense of humor because they deal with death all the time. So if you
don't laugh on a regular basis, you're going to wind up crying and killing yourself.
yeah. So I mean, they have a dark sense of humor. If they're not in the profession and you don't understand the profession, their dark sense of humor is going to come off as very unprofessional and very.
It's contextual. Yeah,
it's contextual. So
speaking of contextual, Rob, how are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Not too bad. I'm looking forward to our trip. Well, we're on our we're at the moment that we're talking. We're on our trip. God knows what we're doing. It's Wednesday, October 4th, coming to you live.
I can tell you what we're not doing. We're not talking about dogs and dog training.
Correct. We're dog shit. Even dog shit, as entertaining as that might be, we're not talking about dog shit either.
It's not even that entertaining. But no, we're not going to talk about dog shit.
No, exactly.
That I guarantee it. I guarantee it, kids.
I can almost guarantee that Rob will have one of those beers in his hand, though.
Dude, there's no almost guarantee. You can fucking send that to the bank.
That's true.
Yeah.
Speaking
hey,
of retards,
look who showed up.
We're here.
What alcohol did you get?
Oh, I got these Serrano, which I've yet to actually pour inside this coffee. I should do that now.
You might want to take care of that. What kind of bottle did you get? The small, the medium, or large? The small guy. Okay.
These Serrano increased in price. I didn't.
It has, I know, because I'll be picking it up for the trip.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Of course, I'll be getting that. Rum. TJ sent me a link for a Humphrey Bogart labeled not brandy, whiskey or bourbon.
Well, it's spirits. So his son, Steven, I think he still runs or manages the company. I just finished.
I'll see if I can find that.
I just finished the autobiography of his mom, Lauren Bacall, and she was talking about raising them and all that kind of stuff. And so I started looking up Steven Bogart, but like what's it like having that kind of shadow cast over you? And he manages a lot of his dad's estate stuff. But
there's a couple places I can go to. If not, I could probably order it from Total Wine. The Total Wine that's near me has recently moved to a new location, larger location, with more inventory and more selection. So, and it's not just wine; it's all kind of liqueur and hard liquor and ciders and beers and all kinds of fun shit. All right, cool. And I'll be picking up a case of Bud Light for Rob, as usual.
Yes.
I got a good selection of cigars inbound.
Nice.
Yep. I think I like these. Going the Rocky Patel route this time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a selection of 35 different cigars.
35. So that'll get us through the first 3 days.
I was going to say that'll exactly. Anything else, you're on your own.
There's
guys, we'll go back to that cigar lounge again on Summers Point. Don't worry.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a online place called the Cigar Club where you think for $30 you get I think 3 cigars a month. You can do more, but they send different selections based on what you want. Do you want darker, lighter, more neutral? I keep forgetting to sign up for it because I go to cigar places that are local and you're paying that amount for 2 cigars. So if you're doing it more than once a month, I haven't been smoking my pipe tobaccos as much. Just I don't know, just been moving over to cigars, but that's something for people to look at. I don't know if they have Tobacco Special on that. They probably don't, and it's a random selection. They don't tell you in advance.
No, it's you can't really pick. They just send you like whatever the flavors of the month are, as it were.
Yeah. Was there ever a program like, or not a program, but like a service like that for something else, like books? Was it, or I don't know.
They did those for books. They did them for CDs, cassettes back in the
Random
day.
House.
Yep. You pick
I kind of like that, where you take the decision making out because there's so many different choices, and you let somebody else deal with that, and you just
It was a huge thing back in the 80s.
yeah.
It definitely worked.
Yeah, unfortunately, the couple of the places here, I don't think they're humidor or whatever it is. I don't think it's very well maintained. So like the cigars are overly dry when I go to cut them.
Well, they could have been. Well, yeah, the humidity is probably not the best, and they've probably been there too long.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If you're not going to a specific cigar lounge, well, case in point, a few of the. So there's not Total Wine. What the hell is it called? It's another wine shop, but they have a walk-in humidor, but they don't maintain it very well, and they don't keep it like the people that you'd think would be maintaining a humidor just don't exist at this liquor store. They're just like, oh, it has to be humid in here, and that's all the knowledge they have.
Yeah.
They don't have any. They basically they don't care about it. So they let the temperature go up, fluctuate, and the cigars kind of sit there. And what you're talking about, they go dry. So I've learned not to go to that one. If I don't go to my cigar lounge, the Total Wine has a walk-in humidor where someone actually gives a shit and actually curates the cigars, rotates the stock, and keeps the humidity at a perfect level. So you have to watch out for that stuff.
Cool.
Now, is this at the which one are you referring to, TJ? The whiskey, the distillery place you go to?
No, they don't sell cigars. That's the place
okay.
that we smoke the cigars at. It's
There's a cigar service. Guy makes a lot, or he did. I don't know if he still runs it, but you know how you have a small liquor store, and up front at the checkout they have a small humidor.
Yeah.
They don't own that. The service owns that.
Yep.
And they come in like a vending machine. You may want to think about having your buddy do that at his distillery.
I'm actually thinking about that. I would do it, handle it, and so I'm actually coming up with some business ideas, or like side gigs. And one of them is taking all these hiking photos I've done and turning them into canvas picture prints, and then putting them in local breweries, and then having people buy them. They charge a little bit extra, but if I do it at affordable rates, I can make money. The same thing with the humidor. If I could get a portable or a stand-alone humidor to put in his business, he's not selling the cigars. I am.
You can. You get one that You get one that locks specifically. You get a really nice wood one that has the open glass, so people can see what they're perusing before you open it up for them.
That way, he doesn't have to deal with it, and he's got other partners, business partners involved who aren't really into the whole cigar thing, so it just allows them to avoid dealing with that. So I'll look into that. I think it's a good idea because there's few places in Washington State where you can drink and smoke at the same venue, and he plays 1930s, 1940s, 1950s music, so it just has
that's got a nice nice niche ambiance. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of niche ambiance, Rob, how's the fire eating?
Dude, I'm telling you, for all the nonsense and the politics and the saving the West and all the bullshit on Twitter, on social media, nothing is quite like playing with fire.
I'll bet.
In fact, for the assholes in the chat later, here's something for y'all to see. And granted, yes, I had a special doctor this. Oh, well, it's not even letting me post it. That's some bullshit you got going on there, Vince.
You can't. No, you could share your screen.
It's not sharing the screen. I threw a link in the chat and it won't let me do it.
Hang on a second. Let me see. It might be because we're private. Let's private chats there. That's possible.
I'll throw it in the private chat. You're gonna have to do whatever with it. There's that.
All right, let me take a look.
Because I'm telling you, nothing beats the real world. Not the internet, not politics,
Oh,
not
I'm sure.
intergender dynamics. None of that bullshit matters.
Right? Hang on a second. Why is this not? It's like just. All right, there we go.
And by the way, the song is approved by YouTube, so there's no copyright claims, no copyright strikes.
Oh, okay. So we're not going to get dinged for some. Yeah. Not that I really care.
Well, but either way, you're not going to get demonetized or anything like that. So if you want to show it, you can.
All right, cool. Let's go over here to.
I already looked into it because it's on my YouTube channel.
Share screen. The share tab audio went ahead and did it.
Yeah, click audio because the music's pretty good.
Cool. Can you see that?
I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. There it is.
Cause I've been living life like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side.
Nice.
PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights. Take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights. Take me where I want to visit. Are you alive?
Oh shit.
Flashing red lights, driving at night, windowless ride, feeling alive. Nothing in sight,
cool.
forever in flight. Follow those lines.
Slow motion really gives it.
Blurry street lights, work as a guide to memories that we're making tonight. Oh yeah, we'll make it tonight. Yeah. I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I gotta do. Life's too short to care about what you can afford. Memories are in what you explore. So just don't be ignored. Go ask for more. Go ask for more. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights. Take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights. Take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? I'm in a race that everybody's chasing fast. They wanna be that someone on the screen at last. They ain't looking inside for their needs in life. They wanna be liked by everybody in sight. But trust me, being free ain't spotlights. No, it's long nights and it's long fights with yourself all the time to get your mind right. But if you put in the work, you can find the light, alright? I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I gotta do. Life's too short to care about what you can afford. Memories are in what you explore. So just don't be ignored. Go ask for more. Go ask for more. I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights. Take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights. Take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing?
And there it is.
That's cool.
That's really
Hell
fucking
yeah.
good.
Now, when you touch that flame to your tongue, that doesn't hurt at all, does it?
Not at all.
Okay.
Nope.
That's cool.
In fact, the whole terminology for that is called fire fleshing.
Okay.
Whether you're doing the tongue thing or that's technically called candling, where you take one wand that's soaked in fuel and you put it on your tongue and then you pull it away and you bring in the fire and it touches your tongue, lights your tongue on fire, and then you light the other one up. Okay, which you saw twice in that video. That's candling. There's no pain. It's a little bit of warmth, and that's
You're like transferring a flame from one.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Transference. Okay,
That's
and
cool.
even the fire fleshing, which you saw on the top of my arms. Okay.
Yeah.
Though that literally does not hurt. Okay.
Okay.
Granted, if you see it in full speed, it's not nearly as spectacular for the naked eye as far as I'm concerned, which is why I had to slow it down a little bit, because I was like, oh shit, look at that. Okay. Because it doesn't hurt. That's the point. It's like, do you feel it? Yes. Is it warm? Yes. Do you need to desensitize yourself a little bit? Yes, which was where I was slapping the wand on the top of my arm. Okay. You have to kind of desensitize yourself a little bit, because are you going to feel it? Yeah, you are. You're going to feel the heat, but is it painful? No, it's not. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun doing that. I'm telling you what.
It looks pretty cool. It looks fun.
Well, I got one. I have my instructor. He showed me something the other day, which I'm not going to go into detail of how it's done or why, what for. All I can say is that when you do it, the flame goes from like your wrist all the way up your arm.
Oh, shit.
And I watched him do it, and he showed me how to do it, and I'm like, oh, fuck, that's cool. So, yeah, it's fucking cool.
Okay, that is cool. Now, hair on your, do you have to shave your arm at all?
Nope. The fire takes care of all of that for it.
I thought that's what it was at first, was your hair burning.
Part of it, yes. Most of what you saw there, James, my arm hair is all but gone. Okay. I mean, there's a little stubble right now because it's been about 2 weeks since I played with fire.
I guess it grows. Yeah, it grows back.
Yeah, it grows back. But, you know, if you're doing it on the regular, you pretty much have no hair wherever it is that you're touching fire to. It'll burn it right off. It's, you know, it's better than Nair. It's better than shaving or waxing, because the fire will poof, it'll burn it right off, and yep, stinks like hell. Okay. And you're taking a shower later, because that shit's not just going to go away. That stink is not going to go away. So you have to shower it off. But my arms right now, there's about 2 weeks growth on it. It's like, okay, you know, no big deal. If I want to get rid of it, I know the fastest way how, and it's called fire. So that'll do it. But what you're seeing
Set
there,
yourself
James,
on fire.
Yeah, what you were seeing there, James, I had no hair on my arms. It was already gone by that point because I burned it off about an hour before. So what you saw in that video, that's right straight on the flesh.
So you don't worry about, well, I mean, I guess by the arm hairs, you didn't prep by shaving first. You just said, fuck it, I'll let the fire take care of it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't worry about any of that bullshit, any prep work, other than don't set yourself on fire.
Okay.
You know, as far as, oh, you can't put it out type of thing. Okay, but when it comes to that, nah, I don't care. The fucking arm hair, the leg hair, whatever it is you're working on, that shit goes away real quick.
Okay, you don't do that. Well, you're that fire fleshing. You do that to your legs too?
Not right now, but I
okay.
could.
Ah, all right.
That's one thing. It's funny. The people I'm associating with in real life, they're carnies. They're carnival people. They do stilt walking, fire eating, fire breathing, belly dancing, you name it. Okay, they do all the shit. And I just went with the belly dancer on the weekend on Saturday. We went to a show. And it's burlesque meets fire. And this isn't just the women, it was the dudes too. Okay. And watching him, that's where I saw him do his little trick that I was telling you about briefly. That afterwards I was like, dude, how did you do that? And he's like, oh, yeah, let me show you how. And I'm like, yeah, because he and we go back for a minute. So, you know, he knows who the fuck I was. But then he kind of showed me how he did it. And I'm like, okay, that's fucking cool because you have fuel on like your arm all the way up to your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And then you ignite it at the wrist. And it goes all the way up your arm.
Oh, it
and
travels up like a fuse?
Yep. And then it goes out.
That's
so
cool.
he showed me how to do that. Now I need to practice it to figure out what the fuck exactly. But for the most part, when I watched him do it, I was like, holy shit, that's fucking cool.
That is pretty cool.
Oh yeah. And that's been, you know, that's what I've been up to over the last little while. It's like, you know, internet, save the West, Clary's balls, all that shit. I'm like, I don't care.
Clary's balls.
I
Clary's
just
balls and asshole.
Yeah, I just don't care. You know, save the West,
care.
save the children, all the shit that I've seen in the last little while. I'm like, you know what? That's boring.
Oh,
I'd rather
absolutely. I know. I keep getting, make a dummy, like, make a burner account on Twitter. Like, I don't care.
Exactly. I don't blame you. That if I get kicked off Twitter, then I'm done with Twitter. It's like, I'm not, Vince, you're not missing anything. You're not missing.
No, I'm not. I have more time anyway. Fuck you guys.
Right. Hey, I'm good with that. That's what I mean. I've barely been on because I'm like, I'd rather learn how to play fire, do carnival shit because this shit's bullshit. So it doesn't matter. You know, women and men and women and saving the West. And it's like, whatever you get, you fucking retards. Goodbye. You know, that's it.
Yeah, no, that's it exactly.
Yeah.
I essentially have no social media. I shut down my Facebook a long time ago, and I only had that for other reasons.
Right. Kind of like mine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. Twitter's done. Right. I have an Instagram account, but that's private. Unless I know you or I've interacted with you, you're not invited. So it's really, yeah, it's a very exclusive Instagram account.
Well, and it frees up your free time.
Oh yeah. It keeps me from it keeps me honest with my writing and my other projects. Because it's easy to distract yourself with those things. Because it's an instant hit of validation and attention, and it's something to fill that time. Well, it's another reason why I threw out my TV about 2 years ago. Now, granted, I will take my iPad every now and then, and I'll throw in a movie as a reward. I'll sit down, I'll have a snack, have a drink, watch a movie. Fair enough, that's cool. I'm not going to give up all that, but I don't have mainstream TV. I haven't had cable in years. I don't think many people do. But I don't have that as a distraction anymore. And to be fair, I use it as a distraction here and there, of course. But not anymore. So I'm getting a lot done. How about you, James? You getting a lot done?
Oh, a lot more now that I have now that I have a job again.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's something about.
Is it the same job with the production stuff, or is this new?
No. This is just work from home. I'm an inside sales agent.
Oh, okay. What are you selling?
Pest control. So I get a nice base pay that's almost as high as my previous job, and then I make commissions off every sale that takes it above my previous job.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
They're super flexible. So now I'm getting a lot more done. I could catch up on the remaining commissions that I had at the bottom of my list.
Okay, and then you'll have the money to pay for your flight out here too in another couple of weeks.
I don't have to pay for my flight. I just have a flight pass. that I keep explaining to you.
I know you. I know you.
That
You
I
keep
keep
trying to
explaining
explain
to you.
No, no,
that-
you don't actually explain it. You just say flight pass, as if that I'm supposed to understand what the fuck that is. So Rob and TJ and I are very concerned. Well, maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, we're about 2.
Okay.
Rob probably
You're
1.
you're
but-
a lot. Thank you. You're a lot higher.
we're like TJ and I are like 1 point above Rob, and that's putting us at a 2. So, how does this
I
flight,
have a thing
this
that
flight pass work?
lets me not pay,
Yeah.
except for like really tiny fee, for my flight because I bought a flight pass. And the flight pass basically says this is all discounted by like 95%.
All right,
The thing I have to worry
that
about,
part makes sense.
right? The cost or the downside to that,
There's no
I-
seats.
no, it's not no seats, is that I'm not able to buy it until a certain number of days before the flight. So I can't reserve, for instance, every single flight in every single airport from now until December 30th. Because that would be silly. So they restrict it by saying, okay, you're going to have to choose it a certain number of days before the flight actually leaves.
Okay.
It sounds like he took one from Aaron Clary on Spirit Airlines, but he's
And it's even
going-
worse.
Yeah,
Frontier Airlines.
he's going straight catapult.
They're just going to put you on a trebuchet and sling you out here to your
I love
With
Frontier.
no
You're-
parachute. At least Aaron got a parachute.
Yeah, I think what they do is they fit James up with one of those Wile E. Coyote Acme Batman suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just
They
has
just
got a
strap me to
flap.
the top.
They got a.
I actually
you're
don't
gonna
land at the
flap-
same place as the plane.
Well,
What they do is they make a
you're
course
probably not
deviation
gonna, you're not going to land
halfway
at all,
through.
so you got to fly your way in with the Batman suit. So
I continue going along the path before the flight deviation. That's where I launch myself off, and that's how
There
they
you
save
go.
money. No, I love
okay.
Frontier. I
So,
I sit
all
down
right,
a
so
lot.
you're getting in. You getting in a day earlier?
Probably.
All right, that's good. So I can pick your dumb ass up first, and then we can go get settled
Most
in and
likely.
come back as we did before and pick
Now
up
I
Rob and
might,
TJ.
if there's a better flight, I might go to Atlantic City instead. But
Well, that'd
find
be good
out
because then you can
details.
Uber right over because it's only like less than 30 miles. Yeah. I think he just froze there or some shit.
There we go. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Well, everybody else froze, but I imagined it was the same on.
It's you.
Yeah, it was you. We were, Rob and I were just chuckling at you.
That's his economy version of flying. It's his economy version of the internet.
Yes.
There you go. He pays
Spectrum,
for
the
the
spirit
pays
of-
a week.
Internet services.
Gotcha. Okay, so you'll be basically buying your ticket a week before.
Yes.
Okay, but you're basically guaranteed, but you are guaranteed a seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because there's like 16 different flights, and I can go in beforehand.
Oh, okay.
And there's 2 separate airports that
Hmm.
I can go on. So there's
Okay.
always a flight available.
All right. Well, we're trusting you. We were just confused as to the whole seating thing because that's I've never heard of such a thing. But if it works, hey, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
There's no such thing as first class on Frontier.
There's not even a second or third class on Frontier.
Nope.
No, I think first class on Frontier is called Spirit Airlines.
No shit. We found the guy that flies even cheaper than Aaron Clary.
Yeah.
That's fucking fantastic. I love it. All right, cool. And Rob is actually flying first class.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. There won't be any waiting around at the ticket gate for me to get on a plane. I'm getting on the
Yeah.
fucking.
No, I was introduced to that actually when I flew out to Salt Lake City. At the last minute, they're like, "Hey, you want to upgrade to first class for $90?" Sure. And I said, "Fuck!" Even at the risk of a plane crashing and the higher probability of me dying up front with the pilot, I don't even fucking care. I am not sitting back with these fat fucks anymore. I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I want a nice
Screaming
wide
children.
screaming children. No, I want a nice wide seat. I want fucking alcohol. I want a goddamn sandwich. I want I want that luxury. Fuck it.
Same.
Yep. You're not flying first class, are you, TJ?
No, not for this one. It's
No.
the prices are just way too. I don't know. It's a financial. It's significantly financially different in terms of the total cost. for
Gotcha.
me. You know, there's for whatever reason. I mean, there's Delta, Alaska Airline, there's Southwest. I went with Southwest, but that's just because I have one of their credit cards. So
Yeah, use that for the points.
yeah, you know, it's it's also just random. Like there's some days where it's like $119 to go to Philly, and then there's $400 to go to.
Yeah,
That's
San-
a huge price increase. That's crazy.
yeah.
Cheapest
it's the same
ticket
thing
I
with-
ever got for Frontier from Dallas Fort Worth to Philadelphia was $19.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing for
Maybe I want to
Southwest.
start flying Frontier.
Well, if
Yeah.
you're flying from here to California, I can get flights for $60. Now they're at a crazy hour. It's in a bad spot in the plane, or by the time you get on. So,
Well, and it's one communist state to another communist state. So there you go.
at least the weather's nice.
Well, maybe, unless it's hurricane season.
There's no hurricanes in California
How do you know?
because there aren't. We don't hear about them, and I have relatives down there. They worry about other stuff like wildfires because the state can't manage its forests.
Right. Fog. Climate change. It's all there, TJ. It's all there.
I guess
It's
That's
coming
cool.
for you.
Climate change is coming for you.
Dude, it's coming for everyone.
But especially the person listening to this.
Right. If you're watching this, it's for you.
A lot of jokes I could say right now. I will hold my peace.
Why?
Oh, you do that.
Oh, we gotta wait for another episode. We gotta tease, keep people. It's like a cliffhanger episode,
Hey, don't.
the old
You're
Republic
just going to be
cereal.
cliffhangers all the way down.
I'm with James on this one. Fuck it. It's cliffhangers all the way till you die. So fuck it. Bring it up.
Oh, so here it's basically a religion, right?
Right.
The whole climate. So when people are like, "You believe in climate change?" and I say, "Yes, I accepted climate change into my heart 10 years ago," and they look at me like, "What?" I'm like, "You see what I did there?"
Well, that's kind of like the Mormons coming to me going, "Hey, have you heard about our Lord and Savior? Hey, but easy, boys. I'm one of the flock. Go talk to the neighbors next door."
Go talk to the
Though
Gentile.
confirm I have multiple partners.
Oh, no, James. No. We don't go there. That's none of their business. I don't need them in my bedroom. I'll just tell them, just go next door, talk to these assholes because I don't like them. So go talk to them because they haven't heard the word. I'm one of the flock, brother. Hell yeah. Heavenly
What?
Father and all that.
What
Yeah.
the fuck did I walk into?
No, I
You
suspect
missed
you
out.
didn't like your neighbors.
Go
That's
back
why
and watch your own fucking show, Vince.
I never watched my own fucking show.
Well,
This
that's
isn't
that
a
exciting.
suggestion.
That is a lie.
Go
The only
talk to my
shows I've
neighbors
ever
about
gone back.
Jesus
The only
and
shows
my
I've ever
sex
gone back to watch, and I actually don't watch them. I listen to the D&D ones.
that's more than me. So I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
Yeah, I don't listen to our fireside chats or watch them or anything like that. So
Well, that's, good on you.
yeah, it's like we're not that exciting. What the fuck do I want to watch us for? Oh shit! So everyone's doing well. Everyone's holding
Yes.
up. Cool.
So far.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's good. Congratulations about the new job, James.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Texas Tomboy and I are headed down to South Padre Island in about 3-4 days. What is it?
Oh.
The 15th.
That's cool.
Yeah, she paid for Airbnb and everything, and I'm going to pay for gas and snacks on the way down, and that'll be fun.
Nice. Now, did you get the motorcycle back up and running?
Nope.
What the fuck, dude? Jesus
I've been
Christ.
unemployed for 4 months.
I had no idea.
I'm not gonna-
You never
I'm not
don't
gonna
call,
be-
you don't write, you don't send me flowers.
I do have to start sending guys flowers. That's
You
something
should.
they
What the fuck,
appreciate.
man? And TJ would definitely appreciate them. I know Rob and I would. I mean, that goes without
Yeah.
saying.
Appreciate what?
Flowers.
Some flowers.
Sure.
Yes,
What's
there
your
you
favorite
go.
flower,
See, he's-
TJ? You got to have this answer ready. It's like, what do you want for dinner?
There
The one advantage we have over these women is we know we have the answer ready. What do you want for chicken nuggets?
Yeah, there you go. What
Parmesan.
kind of flower do you want, TJ?
Gardenia.
There,
Okay,
perfect.
okay. There you go.
Woman probably doesn't even know how to pronounce that.
Probably not. No.
She doesn't know how many syllables are in that word.
There's a
Does
lot.
She'll
that
appreciate having
matter?
the answer. No, because she'll like having the answer.
Right.
Exactly. That's all that matters is the answer. You know, it doesn't matter how you get there.
As long as you get there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck. That's it. That's all I got.
Same. Quote TJ. Good night.
We'll hang out for another few more minutes. We're going to keep this one very short and brief.
Mhm.
Like to keep these less than an hour, no more than an hour, because we have shit to do. And
I did want to ask Rob. I did not complete your full episode of not red evening.
let them burn.
What's the other one? Let 'em burn, which is the most famous catchphrase. What was going on?
Oh, you're talking about what? The belly dancer?
Yes.
Oh, I'll give you guys the TLDR. So her and I went out last Sunday to a party for a friend who was turning 50. Okay. And it was a pirate themed party.
Nice.
Kids in the chat, I'm going to write a blog post about this because there are some
Cool.
educational moments. There's some things to learn about this. So we go to this party. I'm dressed up as a pirate. She's dressed up as a pirate. Everybody was dressed up as a fucking pirate. Okay. And the host and hostess, his wife, were serving punch rum. Very lethal, I might add. Okay. Because we both walk in, we haven't eaten all day. And it's like, I'm drinking my shitty beer because that's me. But she's drinking the punch rum. And I take a sip and I'm like, God damn, that's good. But I can still taste the rum. And I hand her drink back and I tell her, go easy.
Mm.
Okay. Because neither one of us have eaten. So we're drinking on an empty stomach. Well, things happen.
Did you
Okay.
follow your own advice?
Which is what?
To go easy.
Oh, dude, I didn't touch the punch rum until after I ate. Okay.
There you go.
So yes, I did. All right. TLDR, she drinks a bunch, I drink a bunch of beer. She makes a comment about some random woman who comes to the event. One of our friends of a friend. She made a random comment like, hey, what do you think of her? And I was like, God damn. Would. Okay. Pictures are taken, drinks are had, cake is eaten, food is eaten. And then I have to pull fire safety for the fire performance later at the end of the night. Because the fire performers that came, they're an outside group. They didn't have a fire safety. And I go to the host and I go, hey, who's their fucking fire safety? He's like, I don't know. They're not part of my group. So I go to them. Hey, who's your fire safety? So you don't get set on fire accidentally. They're like, oh, we didn't bring one. And I'm like, oh, fuck. All right, this isn't good. And I'm thinking,
So you're the fire safety.
well, I'm thinking, fuck them, let them burn.
Okay.
Literally. But I also know the host and hostess, and if nobody would volunteer, they would have. And this is their party, his day, all that. So I said, you know what? I'll fucking do it. You know,
You're doing your friends a favor, not them.
Right. Yeah, I don't, the fucking performers, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're great. But I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you guys set yourselves on fire. That's on you. Okay. But it's this person's show. It's his birthday. And I'm like, man, I can't have you pulling fire safety on your own fucking birthday. So yeah, I'll fucking do it. And then later, as everything ends and it rained quite a bit, I got fucking soaked. I go and I find the belly dancer and she's drenched and she's throwing up. I can't drive, Rob. Okay, I'll drive us home. We're good. So we go home. I drop her off. The plan was, hey, you're going to follow me home to my house because I have a cat that still needs attention. But after that, I knew, yeah, she ain't coming down tonight. She's too fucking sick. She's too drunk. She's too whatever. That's fine. I go home. Next day, the actual Labor Day, the 4th. Wake up, yeah, a little hungover, but for the most part, I'm good. And then she comes down and comes on in. Hey, welcome, come on in. And sits down and goes, I need to talk to you. Oh, boy. And proceeds to tell me, I felt invisible and I didn't like that you said this. I didn't like that you did that. And I'm like, wow, we had 2 different realities and we were both at the same party with the same people. I thought it was one of the greatest nights I've ever had, one of the greatest days I've ever had. I never felt closer to her. And that's what I told her. I was like, wow, I never felt closer to you. And she had the complete opposite. And she proceeds to give me her take. And I'm just sitting there going, whoa. I like this music, Vince. It kind of adds to the melody. It adds to the drama.
I thought you would like this one. Did it deliberately?
Yeah, well, it works. And so she unloads and unpacks her thing. And I'm just like in shock. Because I'm just like, where the fuck is all this coming from? Anyway, so she tells me her shit. And how I interpreted it was, I need you to change because of my feelings. And I tell her, yeah, maybe. Because alcohol in vino veritas, all that. And to be honest, to be fair, I might have gotten a little loose in my tongue. And I said some shit that now looking back at it, more sober, that I'm like, ooh, yeah, don't say that shit. Okay. And for the next 3 days, I did what I do. I beat myself up over it and I analyze it from every angle I can. And the ultimate answer I kept coming back to was, why? Why should I change? I like who I am. I like who I am. Whether I step on toes and hurt feelings, I've always been this way, at least post-divorce. And I brought it up on Let 'Em Burn, and Nick and Bull and I talked about it even more after the show. And the conclusion I came to was, you did nothing wrong. You're fine. Just let it go. And even Bull and Nick kind of said, yeah, man, let it go. And then Saturday, I did the show with Ryan on Red Morning. And me, him, and Chest, we had a talk about Pat Stedman, the poser patriot. But after the show, Chest brought it up to me. Ryan had already left because he had to go do Rule 0. But it was me and Chest, and he brought it up because he'd been in the chat. And he gave me his input, which confirmed what I already knew, which was, dude, I didn't do anything wrong. But it's that interpretation. Did I? Was I the asshole here? Was I the douche? Common wisdom was let it go. Saturday afternoon, the belly dancer comes over. We're having a few laughs. Well, Friday we went to a show. We went to a play. And I decided as a trial run, a dry run, yeah, I'm going to have my shields up. Yeah, it wasn't a good night. The show was great, but I was exhausted and I kept my shields up because worrying about her feelings. Am I going to police myself? So let's see what that looks like. And even early on in the evening, she's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm just tired," which is true. I was. But it was that debate. Do I let it go or do I not? Well, Saturday comes, she comes over. We're talking about random shit. And I don't even remember what she said, but she said something which led me into the segue, which I turned to her and I looked at her and I said, "I got a question for you." Because I'm going to go against common wisdom of let it go, let it ride, don't rock the boat, all that shit. And she goes, "What's your question?" And I said, "I know you're attracted to me. I know you love me. I know you desire me. These things are beyond a doubt for me. I know. But I have one question. It's this. Do you even like me as a person? You know, you're just some random chick that met me, and do you like me?" To which she instantaneously, without question, said, "Yes, I do." And then she said, "Why are you asking?" And I said, "Babe, it goes back to Monday. What I interpreted from what you brought up on Monday is that you're asking me to change. And if that's the case, I have two questions. One, when did this happen? Two, why? Because I like who I am. And if I'm going to change for you, I want to know why. Because I like who I am. And this guy that talks shit and hurts feelings and steps on toes, same fucking guy you met 2 years ago. Same dude." To which she said, "Oh my God, I don't want you to change." And I was like, "Really?" Because that's what I got from it. Because you want me to be worried about your feelings. And I'm not going to worry about your feelings. I care about your feelings, but I'm not going to worry about them. If I have to police myself, if I have to, think about, walking on eggshells, handling you with kid gloves, this is not going to work for me. I told her what I'm feeling, because feelings, but what I know is this is old new. It's not new to me. I remember this when I was married. I love the music. It fits. It's not old. It's not new, except it's new with you. I haven't felt this since I was divorced. And right now, I'm not uncertain about you. I'm not uncertain about us. But hey, being who I am, I'm uncertain about me. And I don't like it. It's not your fault. You wanted to express yourself, and I appreciate that. Your fucking feelings matter. They count. I care. But if you want me to change, I will not. I'm going to be who I am, and I'm the same guy today as I was the minute I met you. I drink and I say shit. I talk shit. That's what I do. And if you can't handle that after 2 years, maybe you need to grow a thicker skin, because I'm not going to change. I tried it on Friday as a dry run just to see what happened. And the show was great, but the rest of the night was less than spectacular. And she's like, "I know." I'm like, "So what is it going to be?" Because I'm not going to change. It's not that I can't, I won't. And if I have to tiptoe around you, this isn't going to work. And we resolved it. because she understands, because then she brought up her dead ex-husband and how she had to tiptoe around him, walk on eggshells. And I'm like, I get it. And of course, you know, me being me, I'm like, you realize I'm not him, right? And she's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, just keep that in mind. I'm not him. So if you are feeling insecure, you're feeling invisible, left out, whatever, instead of dwelling on it all day and then saving it till the next day, fucking say something the day that it's happening. Just tap me on the shoulder and go, hey, I'm still here. Oh, yeah, my bad, sorry. And it's done. Problem solved. So we sorted it out. We figured it out. And could this come back and haunt me? Sure. Could have I opened Pandora's box and had it blow up in my face at all? Yeah. Because conventional masculine wisdom is, dude, let it go. Okay. But there's nuance here. One, I know her better than you guys do. I've been around her longer than you guys have. You weren't there when it was going down. And most importantly, I know me. I know who I am. And I'm of the opinion that, if you're asking me to change something that's fundamental to me, I did that once. Death by 1,000 concessions. I did it. And I hated myself and I resented my ex-wife for it. Now, there are no victims. There's no innocent parties. I chose, she made requests and suggestions, and I went along because I wanted to keep the peace. Now, no. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And if you don't like it, I understand, and that's okay. There's the door. Because I like who I am. I'm not perfect, and I never will be, and I never was. And if you don't like it, well, the door's always open, and I will not stop you from leaving. But I will never concede ever again who I am, ever. Well, she understands that. We're good now, as far as I can tell. Because then things felt like they were before she said, I need to talk to you. We went out Saturday night. We had a great time. We saw fire. We did fire shit. We hung out with fire people and all these other misfits, idiots, and carnies. Because that's what we do. Okay? But we had to have a talk. And conventional wisdom would have been like, oh, bro, what are you fucking doing? I know me. And I'd rather rip the Band-Aid off if that's the case. It's like, hey, if we're going downhill, if that's the direction this is going, let's get there sooner than later. Because I don't want to fuck around for 6 months playing miserable games. If this isn't working for you because you need me to change because reasons, well, then this isn't going to work. I'd rather find out now, let's get it over with, than 6 months from now. Or a year from now, or 2 years from now. That's why I will never do death by 1,000 concessions again. It's like, nope, been there, done that.
The faster you find that shit out, the better.
Right. Nope, gotta talk. And I said all kinds of shit that a lot of people said, don't go there, bro. And I get it. But there's nuance, context, and all kinds of shit that, none of you guys were there. You don't know her like I know her. All that kind of shit. That I'm like, and I know me. That's the important part. I know me. And I'm like, oh no, I can't just let this ride. We're fucking going there. So I went there.
We can be actively happy or actively miserable. Passively miserable is not on the table.
Correct. And I choose actively happy every time, 10 out of 10.
Absolutely.
So I went there. That I'm like, look, things were good until, And I'm not going to do that. You want me to change if that's what you meant when you said what you said. If that's, I'm not saying that I'm right in my interpretation, but that's how I interpreted it. And if that's where you're going, I won't. It's not that I can't, I won't. Because I like who I am. And this is the same guy that you met 2 years ago, almost to the day, 2 years in a month. I'm like, I was this way when I fucking met you on day one. I'm not going to change because I like who I am. And that's who you were attracted to, at least to my understanding, from day one. Nothing has changed for me. So what changed and why? And that's where it went. So there's your long answer to your short question, James.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was supposed to be a teal deer, but I'm glad we got the extended version. I always like the extended version of Rob's stories. They're much more entertaining.
I was being brief, damn it.
TJ brief.
Listen, the original show was like an hour long, so
right.
By all rights.
Guess it's only 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
No, but her and I, as far as I can see and as far as I'm concerned, for those who tune in and watch and listen, and granted, this is a pre-recorded show. So by the time it's released, who the fuck knows? But for now, at least at the moment we're doing this, her and I are good, because she's like, I don't want you to change. And I'm like, well, you could have fooled me. But I'm not going to, whether you want me to or not. I'm not going to change. So I'm going to drink. And yes, I'm going to say stupid shit.
And thank God for that.
Because I do. That's who I am.
Well.
And on her end, I said, you know what, babe? I get it. And I understand based on what you said. I can see your point. There's parts that she brought up that I'm like, ooh, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have said that. Sober me says, ooh, yeah, maybe that wasn't. But at the end, I'm like, honey, you asked me a question and I went there.
And you owned it, so.
I did.
Yeah.
And I still own it. I was like, look, even you can admit I didn't do that intentionally. I wasn't trying to hurt you. You just asked me a question and I opened my fucking half-assed drunk mouth because that's me. And I've always been this way and I'm not going to change. So for future, either A, don't ask scary questions that might frighten you when you get an answer, or B, grow a thicker skin. Because I told her that. I was like, you need to grow a thicker skin. You need to wear steel-toed boots around me. It doesn't mean I'm trying to intentionally hurt you, but I will tromp around and do my thing, and I'm not going to police myself and look down at the floor to make sure I don't step on your toes. And that's me. That's how I've been. That's how I was before I got married. During my marriage, that all changed. But that led to me wanting to kill myself or get divorced. And after I got divorced, I went back to that it's like, I've always been this inappropriate asshole. I'm going to tromp around and I'm going to step on your fucking toes. That's not intentional. I'm not trying to hurt you, but if I do, that's on you. That has nothing to do with me. So grow a thicker fucking skin. And that's men, women, I don't care who it is. It's like, grow a thicker skin, man. Because I wasn't being intentional. And then, yep, that makes me an asshole. I'll own it. But you knew what you were getting into when you met me. Because I'll come at you head on. I'll never do subterfuge. So, there we are.
Outstanding.
And that's it.
Cool. All right. On that lovely and most entertaining story, we're going to
It was good. I can't wait to talk to you.
No, I'm not being
Yeah,
facetious. It
thank
was a good story.
No,
Yeah.
I know it's
It's a good
good
learning
story, but
experience,
we're
too.
keeping it to a little over an hour here.
Exactly.
So here we are.
So we are at exactly 1 hour, 6 minutes, 12, 13, 14 seconds. So, everyone, thank you from the past, from September 12th, coming to you sort of live on October 4th. That's right. Play it.
Well, where's it at? Hang on. Let me find it.
Oh
There it
my
is.
God.
The future.
There you go. That's right. So we're actually in your we're speaking to future people, and they're listening to past. They're listening to past Masculine
Right.
Geek. So there you go. All right. On that note, thank you for joining us, everyone who is watching the live premiere and interacting in the chat with yourselves. Anyone who's listening later on, there's not many of you, but there's a few. Thank you. Once again, we appreciate you as always. And until next time, Rob, would you do the honors of taking us out? Aaron Clary's balls.